Good evening. We begin tonight with the funerals of 3 men from the Midlands who were killed during last week's rioting.
The 3, 2 of whom were brothers, died defending shops and homes from looters and paid the ultimate price for their bravery. Today, more than 20,000 mourners came to hear special prayers and poems read out in their memory.
Our correspondent Becky Johnson was there for that open-air service. We can join her now. Becky, talk us through today's events.
Well, the funeral was held, as you say, in the open air. You can see the stage just being dismantled behind me now. Up until around 2 hours ago, Summerfield Park here in Winson Green was filled with more than 20,000 mourners. They came from across communities to pay their respects to 3 men who were murdered during a hit and run while they were out trying to protect property in this community from looters. They were innocent victims of the riots. They came in their thousands to mourn the loss of 3 young lives. One by one, the coffins arrived. Behind them, the families of Haroon Jahan and brothers Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir. The father grieving 2 of his sons, comforted by his family. Haroon's father, Tariq Jahan, once again displaying remarkable dignity and calm. During the ceremony, a poem was read by the victim's cousin.
It's been the most darkest of days, and we saw our boys taken in most devastating ways. But fear is no more, and to the Almighty there's praise, because the fear is for Allah, from the cradle to the grave. Time to take lessons, and from death we shall learn. From Allah we arrive, and to Allah we return. From the one who gives life and decides if it stays. The courage of our brothers was honoured as the courage of the most brave.
Then Tariq Jahan addressed the crowd.
Subhanallah to see all you brothers and sisters here. And thank you very much for attending the janazah of the 3 shaheeds. This has nothing to do with me, but it's for the 3 shaheeds. So if you remember them, thank you very much for me. Assalamu alaikum.
There were prayers for the victims and for peace following the riots that claimed the 3 lives.
I hope that we can be a source of guidance, source of light and wisdom to the peoples of this country.
After the service, the coffins were taken away for a private burial. 3 young men whose deaths have touched the lives of so many. Well, the hit and run happened in the early hours of Wednesday morning, only around a quarter of a mile from here. And the murder scene has also become a focus for tributes to the 3 men. And Katie Fawcett has spent time speaking to people in their community, including the victims' families.
Since the deaths of these 3 young men, the tributes have grown and grown. And with them, a community has flourished.
I've been watching all, from my eyes, Asians, black people, white people. I have seen tears in every eye. Everyone is, is praying for them. So what else? This is the ideal death, this is the ideal death for anyone,
Today, as thousands gathered at Summerfield Park, businesses in Winson Green pulled down their shutters as a mark of respect.
And we are deeply, deeply sorry for what has happened, and we're hoping that we will continue to live united.
Business is not everything. Community is part of the business.
The father of Haroon Jahan has appealed for calm since his son's life was taken. His voice has caught the attention of the world.
Prince Charles actually rang him the other night. He had a conversation with Prince Charles, and he also had a conversation with Camilla as well, and they passed on their condolences, paid their respects, and also, just spoke about the level of dignity and how dignified Tariq Jahan was.
So there's tension at first again, because obviously at the end of the day, 3 of our brothers, isn't it? But then Uncle T and obviously wanted calm and that, and obviously we all respected that.
Today, the close family of Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir shared their memories of the 2 brothers.
Shazad, he was been like a bubbly, moving around, help out to everyone, and the Musawir, you know, he used to stay at home into his room. He used to play his, you know, used to play with his video game, used to watch the telly, that's it. All over the world, people are now knowing them.
3 normal men whose deaths have had quite a remarkable impact. Katie Fawcett in Birmingham for Central Tonight.
Well, lots of tributes there, Becky. What's the latest with the murder investigation?
Well, just this morning, a 4th man appeared at Birmingham Magistrates Court charged with the 3 murders. He is 30-year-old Ian Beckford from Quinton. He was remanded into custody to appear at Birmingham Crown Court over the coming days. And earlier this week, 2 other men and a 17-year-old boy appeared at Crown Court, also charged with the murders. Now, the police say they believe they've now retrieved 3 cars that they believe were involved in the incident, and they say their investigations are still ongoing.
Becky Johnson, thank you very much. Well, on to other news, and teenagers across